Hey guys, welcome back to the another video tutorial of the Android application series part 1. So in the previous tutorials we have talked about the Eclipse and Android Studio IDE, and now in this particular video we will talk about the Android application structure, that how the application structure will be look like into these particular IDEs. So let's begin with this particular video. So basically this is what the layout that you will see when you will create your project. Let's say project name is the hello world or the app name is the hello world. Then you will see this type of structure in this particular package. Project structure will look like this one. So what the each and everything that is really made up for you by the Eclipse IDE automatically. So we will go through the each and everything that has been created you for the for as the beneficial things. So first, all the codes and the resources resides in the different folders. As you can see over here, all the resources and the different folders are there, which contain the different resources related to your particular one application. That is what the hello world that I have created. So it can be easily added as the needed. So let's say the first folder, that is the src, which contain all the source codes or the Java class files inside this particular source folder. Inside this source folder you will have the package name of your particular application that you have selected when you have given when you have created this application, that will contain all the Java class files in this particular source folder. Then next to the source folder, the gen folder is there, which contains the generated Java files, which the files that are generated with the help of the Android developer tools. That is what the ADT stands for. If you want to know about the ADT, then you can go and check our previous videos to get the more details about the ADT. So this is what the gen folder, which contains the files that are automatically generated with the help of the ADT. Then the assets folder is there, which contain the which store the raw assets files like music files and the images that you cannot store in the drawable. Then the other word files or other text files that you want to display as a part of your particular application. So those type of assets you can store inside this particular assets folder. So that is what the assets folder contain. Then this particular two libraries are there, Android 5.0 and the Android private libraries are there, which contain the .jar libraries that you have integrate with your particular this application. This is the version of the Android for which this application is target. That is what the Android 5.0.1, and it contains the private libraries regarding this particular version of the Android. You can also add the more libraries inside this particular project to make the most of the use of them. So this is what the two things are located over here. Then the next is the bin folder, which is the output directory, which contain the output APK file and the output object file of your particular classes. That is will created when you execute or you build this particular application. Then you will contain those files inside this bin folder. Then the libs are there, which contain the addresses of this particular libraries that we have talked already about this thing inside this one. Then the resource folder is there, which is the main folder which contain the all the resources of your particular Android application. So it contains the resource of your Android applications. So inside this resource folder, the different folders are there, which contain the different type of resources like the drawable dash something. The folders will contain the image or the image descriptor files of your particular application. So whatever image that you will use in your Android application, those images are stored in the resource /drawable and that particular folder. So different versions or different pixel intensities values of the images will be stored in appropriate folder over here. So that is what is drawable folder. Then the layout folder will contain the layouts of your particular application. It contains the layouts of your particular activity, or you can say the layouts of the GUI of each and every thing that your application contains. So that is what the layout folder. Then the menus folder is there, which contain the application menus, which also contain the XML layout file of your particular Android application. So that is what the menu stands for. Then the values is there, which contain the other resources of the application like the strings, styles, colors, and so on. So those resources are based on the XML based resources, which contain the strings that you use in your particular application, styles that you use in your application, and the colors you can use in your particular application. So you don't have to use the hard-coded thing in those in your particular application file, but you can make the resources in the different XML files, and you can make the use of you can refer that particular name where you want to use in your application. So this is what the Android application package structure over here inside the Eclipse IDE. And one of the best thing is there which contain the Android manifest.xml file, which contain the whole description of your particular application regarding whatever you have chosen as the beginning of your particular application. So that is what the Android manifest.xml file. So next is so what are the benefits to use this type of package structure? So it is good to keep the code away from all the other things. So as you can see, the source folder contain all the Java files, and the other resources are combined into the resource folder. So it is good to keep the code away from all other things. So that is what that point. Then easy to maintain, update, and manage all the resources. So as you can see that you have the bifurcated all the things in the different folder, so that make maintain all the things very much easily. And if you want to update the things, or if you want to manage those things, then you can go easily up to its destination, proper destination. You can change those things. So that is what easy to maintain, update, and manage. It supports the different device and the localization. So you can also support the different devices and localization. Resource selection dynamically at a runtime. So resource selection will be happen when you execute your particular application. So that is what that point. So these are the benefits regarding this package structure. Then the system resources defined under the system.r. That is what the system.r file. So next is the layout of the string.xml file, that how this file will be look like. So as you can see over here, it is the XML type of a file which contain the resource in this particular folder, where the string.xml file is look like this one. It is a type of a resources, and it has a 3 strings over here, which is the string, name, app name. If I have my application name is equal to name day, then that string will be stored in the string.xml file with the help of this particular thing. So it is a string tag over here which contains the string actual name is equal to name day, and it will be referred with the help of the f_name. So if you want to display, or if you want to use this name day, then you can refer the particular name of that particular string which you have given to the string.xml file. That is what the f_name. The same name days you can refer it with the help of the particular name, that is what the widget_header. And if you want to refer to this copyright 2013 PTM, then you can refer it with the name of the widget.footer. So this is what the string.xml file. Then the layout that has been used in the main.xml file, that how this particular text will be used in the particular main.xml file. So if you have one text view over in your XML file, then you can use this particular string as a resource over here, like the @ string. So it will look into the string.xml file and slash widget_header. So it will look for this particular name in the string.xml file, which is over here, and which is the name days. So name days will be displayed as a text inside this text view, because it has referred to this particular string over here in the string.xml file. So this is how you can refer the string that you have stored in the string.xml file inside the layout file, that is what the main.xml file or any other layout file. And if you want to use this those string that you have stored in the string.xml file inside the code, then you can use it with the help of the ID that you have already given to that particular thing. That is the character sequence str equal to, I have defined one particular string of the character sequence equal to get string r.string.widget_header. So as we have already talked about that, all the resources are stored in the system.r class. So that is what the r.string. So it will go and look for this particular thing inside the string.xml file, and it will identify with the help of the name of that particular string. So this is how you can address those particular strings that you have stored in the strings.xml file. So this is what about the string.xml file. Then next is the colors.xml file. As we have talked about the string resources, the same the colors resources are also stored in the colors.xml file. This files is not automatically generated when you will create one particular application, but you can create a new XML file which with the help of this name colors.xml file, and you can take the resources inside this particular file, like this one as we have displayed over here, that the color name you can give of the particular resource, that is the opq_view is there, and the value value that a particular color will contain over here. So if you want to use this type this particular color, then you can refer those colors with the help of this particular ID or name of this particular color. So that is what the colors.xml file. So what is the basically benefit of this particular thing, that if it is efficient to group all the colors in the one separate file like the strings the same way. So we can bifurcate the strings, colors and styles from the different views. So those are easily maintainable in the different files. Then next is the Android manifest file that we have talked about earlier. So what that particular file contains. So this is what the layout of this particular Android manifest file, which you can see over here. It is a type of application descriptor file which describes a lot about your particular Android application, and it contains the more of the knowledge about your applications. So it contains the properties like the activities, which you can see over here, the activities that your particular application contain. It talk about the content providers, services, intents and receivers, permission that you have given to your application. Then the version number is over here, located over here, version code and version name is there, that all the thing and much more things that are displayed in this particular Android manifest file. So it contains lots of information about your Android application. So that is what it contains. The package name over here, Android version code, version name is there. It use the minimum SDK requirement and the target SDK requirements also over here. It contains the desktop application icon, label, theme. Then the allow backup is true or false, that is also there. Then it contains the information about your activities. If you have the one or the more activities, then you have to add those activities inside this particular manifest file. So this is what the Android manifest file look like, and it is the main important thing regarding your Android application set. If you want to change the versions code of your particular application and the version name of your application, then you can always modify those things inside this Android manifest file. So that is what the Android manifest file. Then it supports the different language and the hardware. So dynamic resource collection mechanism is there. That is what done with the dynamic directory structure. Specify the language, location and the hardware, and alternatives described with the dash mark. So if you want to use the different resources as based on the language, based on the location and based on the hardware, then you can specify those in the different folders. Those different folders will be marked with the help of this dash sign. So it will look like this one, that if you have a one particular resource for the portrait and the landscape mode, and for the different languages the strings values are there, then you can use your structure will be look like this one, that inside the resource folder the layout is there. This main.xml file will address to the portrait mode of your particular layout, and this layout dash land slash main.xml file. So this is the layout when my application is running in the landscape mode. So when I will use my phone as a portrait orientation, then the main.xml file will be loaded, which is inside this layout folder. And if I use the landscape orientation of my phone, then it will load this particular main.xml file, which is resides in the layout underscore layout dash landscape land folder. So this is what this particular two folder, the two different layouts of my same activity is there. Then the another thing is there, the two different string values are there, which for the different languages. This is what the English and this is what the Finnish is there. So that is what it will contain the two different strings values over here for the different languages, and it will based on the location and based on the languages it will load those type of resources from your particular these folders. So this is what the dynamic resource allocation mechanism, or you can say the different language and the hardware support is easily provided with the help of this type of directory structure. So that is what the different language and hardware. Then the next thing is it also handle the portrait and the landscape mode can be easily by the resources. So portrait is automatically given to you, and if you want to use the landscape mode or the landscape layout of your application, then those things you can easily specify in the layout dash landscape folder. So that is what the font easily switch the layout automatically by when the orientation changes of your application. So that is what the screen orientation support that we have already talked about. So this is what till now about all the directory structures, all the things related to your application inside the Eclipse IDE, and the same you can see also in the Android Studio IDE as you know about this thing more and more. So this is what all about the Android directory structure. So thanks for watching this video, and please do comment and give us the feedback regarding this video so we can improvise in our next video tutorials. Thank you very much.